Is happening, people, and welcome to today's video where I want to go over a couple rounds of good news and bad news. Now, I'm going to start with some good news first, and that is that my training is going awesome. I'm feeling more like my old self again. My legs are feeling like my legs. My core is feeling like my core. My brace is actually feeling strong again for the first time in a very, very long time, and my squats are actually going well, which they haven't been for literally like a year. So I'm totally stoked about everything going on there. However, on Monday, at the first rep of the first set of the first exercise in the first round, I felt a pop in my arm. It was a sandbag extension at 220 pounds, and I was supposed to get a set of 3. So I get the sandbag on my lap, get a good squeeze, go up on the first extension, and on the first extension, I feel something gives in my arm. This is bad news. However, out of the bad news, the good news is that because I've been in so much pain in this shoulder from just all different levels of pain throughout the year because of this thing being hurt, that the second that it actually gave way, I got some relief. It didn't feel terrific, don't get me wrong, but it comparatively to what it normally feels like every single day, it was actually better. So I'm in less pain than I was 10 seconds before I started that rep. For those who don't know the story, literally about a year ago to the day, I was doing some construction work over at my aunt's house, and I was carrying this big structure, this big, heavy, cumbersome structure on my back like it was a yoke walk, except the back right corner snagged, my body kept going forward, my right shoulder did not, and I felt something go there, and I truly believe that was the first of like the problems with this rope, and those were just the first couple strands that went. And then throughout the year, I've had a couple more situations where more strands went, and then I do feel like Monday on that sandbag extension, it went. So even though I knew the second it happened, I was like, man, that is a life-changing situation now, I still got a little bit of relief in the form of just being in less pain. So also on the bad side, I was supposed to do a lot of pretty heavy physical labor this week at my house. However, the second this happened on Monday, I knew that my plans greatly changed, but then that opened my mind to other projects that were a little less work intensive, and you get kind of what you see behind me here, which is this accent wall that I put together on Tuesday. Now, this wall is made out of black walnut, and it actually came from a bunch of rounds that I found in a firewood pile. Then I just ripped them down with my chainsaw. Then my dad took them through his table saw to make these little tiny pallets. I squared up the ends and then glued them onto the wall to get this beautiful accent wall, which is amazing, and it's going to be a terrific background for future YouTube videos as well as my master's classes for college. And then it is the first step in renovating this whole room. So I'm super, super pumped of how this turned out. And I honestly would not have been doing this. I'd have been doing a lot of other dumb stuff if it weren't for hurting myself. So I guess we'll put that on the good column. Now, this brings us to Thursday, where I already had a doctor's appointment scheduled from a couple weeks ago because I kind of felt like, I feel like something's about ready to give. So I had set the schedule, and luckily it was just a couple days later after the actual acute injury that I got to go talk to him. However, the doctor did give me the terrible news that I did rupture my bicep. However, out of that bad news, the good news is that I ruptured the proximal head, not the distal head. If I ruptured the distal head, I would definitely be getting surgery right now, have the sling, the whole big rehab, all that. However, the distal head, or the proximal head that I tore, a lot of times they don't even do surgery for it unless it's cosmetic, because it does look a little bit different than there you go. It does look a little bit different, right? So the bad side is that my bicep will be deformed comparatively to this one for the rest of my life if I choose not to get surgery. Even if I did get surgery, it's no guarantee that it's going to look the same again, because apparently it's very hard for them to pull the bicep head all the way back up and reattach it. So that's kind of where it is there. However, on the good side of that, apparently it's not supposed to affect the function or my strength and stuff like that too bad, which is tough for me to believe. However, that is what I'm hearing from multiple sources. Now, I am going to get a second opinion just because I think that's smart, especially when dealing with something like this, which is my livelihood. My muscles are how I make my money. So I am going to get a second opinion, but at this point, I want to turn it over to you guys and ask, what would you do in my situation? Leave in the comment section down below whether you would choose to get the surgery for cosmetic purposes, or if you know more. I know there's so many people out there that have been through bicep injuries and bicep trouble, and I just want to hear from you guys and see what you think, whether I should get surgery, whether I shouldn't get surgery, whether you would get surgery. Just leave it in the comment section down below. And if you guys did check out the last 2 videos, I have been trying to reply to all the comments within the first 24 hours that they get left. So, yeah, if you guys leave a comment, you can be expecting to hear back from me if it does happen within the first 24 hours of me releasing this video. So I just thank you guys so much, and that's a way of saying thank you back, is just trying to build more community again and trying to get back into the comment section or do those types of things. But yeah, so the good news is that hopefully this won't affect the function, and I do not need surgery. I should only have to take it easy on this for about a month to 6 weeks, and then I kind of start getting back after it. But it's also going to lead to a bunch of videos of me talking about how to train around injuries. I already have a bunch of ideas going around in my head that are going to kind of be helpful to many people. So if you have been through this, if you're going through this, or you will go through this in the future, hopefully I'll have some resources to help all of you out. But yeah, sorry people, that is all I have for you today. Just a little bit of an update, but like I said, a lot of other videos are going to be coming up, and I thank you so much for all the time, all the attention, all that you guys do to support me. It just means so much, especially when I'm going through things like this. Just the positive, encouraging words, and please leave something down in the comment section down below. I do thank you guys so much for absolutely everything. I will catch you later of the week. Until I do go out something amazing in your lives, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.